Hello everyone, welcome back. So this is going to be a episode where I will be introducing tropical and sidereal decan readings, and I will be working with the multi-layered Inverted Tarot deck. That's a mouthful. Which is a deck that I introduced last week on my channel. Just talked about it and how I was feeling about it and how I came to it. So this is going to be my first reading, public reading with this deck, and I thought to go ahead and explore it by going through the decans for where we are right now. Our sidereal, I'm going to create two videos. This one will be for the sidereal Leo decan, and then the next one will be for the tropical Leo decan. Now you're thinking, what's the difference? There's a great difference, because the decans with sidereal and the decan for Leo, for tropical, are placed degree-wise differently in the constellations. So sidereal astrology in a nutshell is basically the actual placement of the signs and the planets. If you were to look up, get a telescope, have an astronomical map or an app on your phone that follows the stars, you will see the sun sign is in Leo, but in sidereal, because we just entered the sun sign of Leo this past weekend on August 16th, it's going to be early on. Right now, I'm looking at my phone, it is about 2 degrees in Leo. This is sidereal Leo. Now, for tropical astrology, and I will talk about that as well, tropical astrology is placing Leo at the tail end, and it's getting ready to enter into Virgo. So Virgo will begin August 22nd to September 21st, so in a couple of days. Tropical astrology, the sun sign will be moving from tropical Leo into Virgo, but I will discuss that further in the following episode. So I want to focus here about the sidereal energy of the sun in Leo, especially as it's early on. Now, as of the time of this recording, the sun is right now in the 8th house, so it's not going to stay there for the entire 10 days of the decan. It moves. So it's going to be in the 9th house, in a couple of hours, and it just moves around the entire house system. So I don't want to focus too much on the houses, because by the time you listen to this episode, the sidereal sun in Leo is going to be in a different house, as well as the moon and all those other planets. So these decan readings that I will be doing for sidereal and tropical is just going to focus on the energy, and I will be pulling cards to acknowledge for those 10 days of Leo what needs to be focused, what is the guide that is best needed during those first 10 days. So a decan is representatory of the sign and where it is in the sun, right? So you hear people say, oh, I was born 18 degrees of Leo, 32 seconds. Okay, so we have 0 to 10, which represents the first 10 degrees, which the sun is right now in Leo, because it's at 2 degrees. And then from 10 to 20 degrees represents the middle part, the middle movement of that sign of Leo, and that will be Leo 2, and that's Leo 1, which I'm going to talk about, is Saturn in Leo. The second decan of Leo is Jupiter in Leo, and then we end with Mars in Leo, which is the latter part of Leo's position, which would be 20 to 30. Okay, so with this episode, I just want to focus again on our current decan. Okay, so we go in increments of 10 to represent 30 degrees of the movement of that sign while it's in its sun position. And I may take every now and then, like right now, our moon and Venus sidereally is in Gemini. Sorry, my cards are a distance away, so I'm looking at where they are. Our Mars is in Virgo. It's going to be in Virgo for a little bit longer. And our Sun's in Leo, of course. And our moon is currently in Cancer. So as you know, the moon stays in its sign every 2.5 days. So we still have some Cancer energy, some residual Cancer energy, but this is just its moon. The moon is in Cancer, which is the ruling luminary for that sign. So sensitive energies, a little bit more connected to what's happening inside oneself at this time. While the sun, we're doing something complete opposite. The sun is Leo, so everything is going external. So there's a bit of a fight with the moon in Cancer and the sun in Leo because of the external, the masculine of the sun and the feminine of the moon. So what I have here are 3 cards from the Inverted Thoth Tarot. So this is our Leo. Okay, we usually see a feminine energy being represented and just primal instincts and just moving naturally with that kind of instinct. There's a freedom of expression with this lust card. Now the lust card could be sexual. The lust card can also represent this desire, this urge towards something more in the creative realm. Because Leo is fire energy. It is part of the suit of wands, hence why we are with our 5, 6, and 7 ruling the decan of Leo. Leo's a fixed sign, so all the fixed signs in the tarot will be 5, 6, and 7. So we're seeing this energy, but here are 5 of wands. This is strife. Saturn and Leo. It's not a strong placement. Okay, the sun. Okay, again, the ruling luminary for Leo. This is just the experience of what the sun does. Sun is a vital life force. It is self-expression. It is it's outwardly energy, and everything from within has moved outward. We have the 10 of Cups, the last 20 to 30 degrees of Cancer before moving into our 5 of Wands. So we have this energy with our 10 of Cups of emotional joy, maybe too much of it. And we can see this energy showing here being expressed outwardly. There's a joy of working towards something, or something that you are in the process of creating and you're excited about. This time of the year too, as we're getting towards the tail end of summer, there's been a lot of heat, so we are looking forward to this cooling. We're in the waning time of the year, so there's slowing down energy, even though there's movement, but there's an excitement, almost like a sense of relief that we're going through something that's going to be a little bit more soothing. But before we get to that place, we have to work with this energy. Saturn in Leo Saturn is a planet of discipline, structure, order, tradition, all those words that we know. It's a slow moving planet. It takes its time. And to have an earth influenced planet such as Saturn, which is ruled by Capricorn, Leo has to learn how to work in these Five of Wands energy. We have the Four Wands crossing, okay? We see the movement, but then we have the card here in the center, just like putting like a temporary stop on this energy. And I don't see this as a negatory strife. It may be a little bit jarring for this energy. Again, this is moving for this decan from August 15th, 16th to the 25th, 26th. And I have some cards here that I already pulled because I had to re-record this, so I'm not going to pull another set of cards. So I have the cards that I pulled from the previous attempt to record this to show this energy. This energy for Saturn and Leo is just simply about more self-control. Okay, it is a fixed sign, so there is courage and strength that Leo has, and I feel that that sense of self can understand how to work with this energy of Saturn. Self-discipline. Maybe things have been challenging or overwhelming, and now it's time to like put order with this energy. This too much of fiery energy that may have not worked in the best scenario. So here I feel this this wand right in the center just temporarily stops this energy to just say, let's see where this energy needs to go next. Okay, because the fives are always of crossroads. We tend to see loss with this, but it's something temporary, okay? Because obviously the minor arcana continues onward, but we need to learn how to contain and have self-control with this energy, okay? So if energy has been more on the hotter side for the next 10 days until the 25th, 26th of August, use this Five of Wands energy to just take charge of your energy, okay? And just maybe stabilize it and ground it for a little bit, and just kind of, you're not closing out the energy entirely, but you're just sort of simmering it so you can see where this energy needs to go to. Okay, so I mean, with this card here, you know, everything is let go, everything is open. Now we have to learn how to contain this energy. Okay, so the cards that I picked in this order. Okay, I got Saturn again. Saturn, but in Sagittarius. This is our 10 of Wands. So we're still seeing this fiery energy that we still need to work on and contain it. Okay, don't ask anyone to contain your own energy. The only way you can do that is yourself. Okay, Saturn is self-control. And it's hard here with Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a mutable sign. The mutable signs like Gemini and Virgo and Pisces, they need movement in their environment. Okay, the environment of Sagittarius is fire. It's the Wands element. Okay, so very similar here. We have the crossing of these four wands, and then we have this Saturn and Leo wand right in the center, putting a temporary hold. But here we have, remember the 8 of Wands, where energy is just going all over the place. It's moving up, down, sideways. It's being put outward, so there's no direction. Here, the Saturn influence of Sagittarius, it's not one, but it's 2 of these wands. Excuse me. It's 2 of these wands that are needed to really hold this energy of Sagittarius in place. and this is probably more of a challenge for Sagittarius than it is for Leo, because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. It's expansion. The more there is in the environment to explore and experience, the more they grow, the more that they want to explore greater experiences and learn more. But here, this is a containment. Again, let's slow this energy down, taking a moment. This is almost a form of self-assessment during this decan here. So we have double fire, and then I got Venus and Cancer. Okay, our Two of Cups, associate with love. And the other card I got here, Venus as well, but it's in Virgo. It's in the discs. And so it's interesting the order that I'm seeing these cards here, because the tens are basically the end and also the beginning. We have the two wands here that are showing the potential if we just stabilize this energy and take it into a realm that could expand us, but in a more direct sense. So all of these, the sword that's in the center are Saturn, and Leo are Saturn, Sagittarius. It's just having this fiery energy be more direct, being a little bit more intentful. I don't know if that's a word. With this energy, be a little bit more serious, more disciplined. Okay, and then I feel this moment here of our Two of Cups. And we have the fishes that are entwined. We see this flow. Okay, our Ten of Cups ending that 20 to 30 degrees of Cancer, Moon in Cancer for that that Ten of Cups, which is just overflowing. Here, it's simple. It's simplified. Okay. Water is being spilled out, but it's not in excess. It's almost equal amounts of emotions are being invested into where we need to place our direction, our goals in the most. Okay, so I'm seeing balance. I'm seeing it is going to be a challenge, but by softening this excitement, this thrill about something new that's happening, or changes that are happening, and see the beauty of the transformation of going and taking more of a control point of view with where you want to go, I think is wonderful with this card. It softens this energy, which in a sense I feel is much of a relief. You know, again, we're still in summer, but I know a few of us have already been talking and looking forward to the fall, you know, when it gets cooler, the softening of this fiery end of summer. And then here, our Nine of Discs, our Venus and Virgo. Okay. Again, Virgo, mutable. Cancer here is cardinal. I feel this card here is basically the relief, the light at the end of the tunnel, the patience, if you can put that into your energy from this, moving slowly, especially the disc. Disc is earth, it's grounding, and things take time. You plant the seeds, you put your attentions out. You're still working, but you have to nurture what you're taking care of, whatever's in your garden, whatever you're doing for yourself. If there's something you're doing different for self-care for you, stay on top of it. And by And by putting that energy and being particular and being and finding the right energy that you need to support this energy, we will see this. We will feel and start seeing this development of this Venus in Virgo. And it's interesting, the disc that we have here, I can't quite remember because it's been a while since I worked with the Thoth. I have to read and see what these symbols are, but just energy-wise, we have this explosiveness of energy. Again, it's the 9. So we're looking at, if you play your cards right and focus on this energy, we will get to this level of achievement. Okay. But it's achievement that isn't grandiose. The earth signs, when something is completed, they take care of it, they look at it, they appreciate the work that was put into it. They celebrate it from a different point of view. It's not like they're calling everyone and they're going to have a grand event to celebrate what's happening. That's fine and all, but I think the crux of this card here of gain is the end result of your efforts. Again, patience, the love, the connection that you're experiencing through this journey will lead to this. Okay. So this here is for our 5 of Wands. The Saturn and Leo decan, so this will be Leo I for August 15th to August 25th, 26. Okay. Again, this is the sidereal reading, so we're looking at our 10 of Wands, Saturn and Sagittarius, which supports this energy, containment. Our 2 of Cups, large cups being filled, being supported. The love and the peace that's coming from slowing down this energy, the connection that you're feeling with yourself. And then also here, our Venus in Virgo, seeing the success. All the work, everything that's been harvested and whatnot is the end result of this. And this, again, it could relate to something material, it could be something spiritual, also something physical, something that's going on with you. So keep those elements in mind with these cards here for the next 10 days. Okay, so if you have any questions or comments or puzzled by this reading, let me know. You can reach me via the description. You can reach me via my website, or of course leave comments. Okay, so I'm enjoying the energy of this deck, being that this is the first public reading I've done with this deck. It's very nice. It reads differently than the Thoth. So this reimagined, inverted version of the Thoth Tarot is quite wonderful, because I feel that we are seeing the inner energy of these cards. If you were to see the positive version of the Thoth Tarot. Alrighty, so there you have it. I'm going to write some information about the sidereal astrology aspects, and then after this, I'm going to have the tropical astrology version, the decan version for Leo. Okay, so again, Sidereal Leo, we're currently 2 degrees in Leo, and tropical astrology is at the tail end. So we're going to be focusing on a different decan for the tropical astrology aspect of the decans. Okay, so 5 represents the first part of Leo's journey. Saturn in Leo, August 15th, 16th to August 25th, 26th. All right. Everyone have a wonderful week. First 10 days in Leo. Let me know if anything comes from this reading for you. All right. I will see you all again soon.